everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video, wherever you are, whatever you may be doing. Thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. If you jump on here live here on this Tuesday evening, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure to give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. I don't know why, but back in the day when I was younger and I was off work on weekends, Tuesday was always my favorite day of the week. I've never understood why, but it always was. Now that I work on Saturdays most of the time, it doesn't matter. Every day feels pretty much the same except Sunday, because that's church day, that's the Lord's day. But outside of that, the other days feel the same. But back in the day when I was off on weekends, Tuesday was always my favorite day of the week. And I just thought about that when I said, if you jump on here live here on this Tuesday, I went back and for a second thought about my younger days, and I always loved Tuesdays. But as you can tell by the title of tonight's video, I'm going to talk about is Coach, a really good actor, and I am talking about a certain coach, but I didn't put it in the title because I didn't want to give away what coach I'm talking about. Before we do that, let's first talk about the NASCAR race this past Sunday. We had the Jack Links 500 from Talladega, and it was won by Carson Hocevar. People have talked about him being on the cusp of victory lane and probably going to sneak up win one before the year is over with, and he did. And Chris Buescher is once again a bridesmaid. It seems like he finishes second place 5, 6, 7 times a year, comes home second on Sunday, followed by Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott, and Zane Smith. And then 6 through 10, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Noah Gragson, and Kyle Busch. Now, this Sunday, it's the Worth 400 from Texas Motor Speedway, Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Eastern time at 2 o'clock in Texas. And the Braves report for the week. 21-9. Now they were the first team in baseball to get to 20 wins. It's Braves' best start through 30 games since, I think, the year 2000. Hey there, 159. Glad to have you here. And they're fixing to get Spencer Strider back, fixing to get Hyson Kim back, and fixing to get Sean Murphy back, and should be getting Iglesias off the injury list in the next week or so. So things keep looking up. Hey there, Waylon. Glad to have you here. And 159 and Waylon, I think it's both of y'all's first time here on the channel. If it is, for whatever reason made y'all stop by the channel tonight, thank you very much. Feel free to give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. Braves have scored the most runs in baseball, and they have the best ERA in baseball. So when you keep the other team from scoring and then you score a lot in the game of baseball, you're going to win a pretty good amount of games. And they're 21-9, and Austin Riley's hitting like 200. I mean, he is doing absolutely nothing. So if he ever gets going, this Braves offense should be really, really, really good. But 21-9 through 30 games is pretty good. Going to find out over the next couple of weeks how good they really are, because right now they're playing a series against Detroit. They won the first game tonight, got one more tomorrow and one more on Thursday. But the next 3 or 4 weeks, they're playing the Cubs, the Mariners, the Dodgers, and all of those are pretty good baseball. There, Tyro, glad to have you here. In case you haven't been following along, it looks like the NCAA is eventually going to approve this 5-for-5 rule. I think I've brought it up before, but it's been a couple of weeks, but it's still not totally through. but it hasn't been turned down either. But they're wanting to push through a rule that says you got 5 years in school to play 5 seasons of whatever sports you play. And I understand it because now with this transfer portal NIL stuff going on, especially in football, these players are realizing they're making more money in college than they would make on their NFL rookie contract. So some of these kids now are in college for 7 or 8 years. And you know good and well when you graduate high school to go to college to play football, baseball, basketball, whatever sport you play, that you don't intend to be in college for 8 or 9 years. So if it's not your intention, you shouldn't be allowed to do it. So now they're telling you, hey, you've got 5 years to play 5 seasons. Now, granted, it's supposed to take 4 years, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So they're still giving you a year of some kind of red shirt, medical red shirt, whatever you want to call it. But outside of that, you don't need 8, 9, 10 years of collegiate athletics. So it hasn't been passed through yet, but it looks like it's going to be. The Phillies fired Rob Thompson earlier today. You kind of saw the writing on the wall. I know he just got an extension last year, but, the Phillies are top 3 in baseball in payroll. And when you're top 3 in baseball in payroll or any sport in payroll and you don't win, it's going to fall on the coach, or in the case of baseball, the manager, because you can't fire all those players. But if you think those players are worth the money and they're not producing, it falls on the manager. So Don Mattingly, who used to manage the Marlins and the Dodgers, is now the interim coach for the Phillies. They won their first game under Don Mattingly earlier today. We'll see how it goes. And hey, Freetend, glad to have you here. I think it's your first time on the channel as well, so thank you for stopping by the channel. But, the Phillies, until they get something going on offense with the hitting besides Turner, Schwarber, and Harper, they're going to struggle because those 3 guys are top of the order. They're your top 3 hitters. So if they don't get on base and produce runs, 4 through 9 is not going to do it. So they're going to have to get something from somebody consistently besides Turner, Schwarber, and Harper. Now, granted, you're going to have Brandon Marsh have a good night here and there. And when Real Muto comes off the injury list, he'll give you some hits, here and there. And Garcia gives you hits here and there. Alec Bohm maybe finally coming around, but you can't have this guy one night, this guy one night. You're going to have consistent hitters. And so far, they just haven't gotten it. But the main topic of tonight's video is Coach, a good actor. And yes, I'm talking about Sean McVay of the Rams. Let's go back in time a few days to this past Thursday with night 1 of the NFL draft. The Rams picked 13th, and they drafted Ty Simpson, and Sean McVay looked like he was absolutely pissed at the world and did not like that pick, didn't understand it, hated it, couldn't stand it. And Ty Simpson even come out and said, hey, I've never spoken to Coach McVay, never talked to him. And then a couple of days ago, Ty Simpson come out and said that he got a call from the Rams upper management, and they told him, hey, we're drafting you. You're the guy we're going to draft. So he claims he knew before the draft he was going to the Rams. But the way Sean McVay acted, he acted like he didn't know and he didn't like it. Is it possible he's that good of an actor that he did know and he was just acting like he didn't know, or he did know, but he still doesn't like it? Or did Ty Simpson lie about getting a call from the Rams upper management? Because, the only way this is all true is if the Rams upper management and their GM and owner did call Ty Simpson and told Ty Simpson, hey, we're going to draft you, but they didn't tell Sean McVay. And why would you call the player and tell the player you're going to draft him, but not tell the coach that's going to coach for him. Doesn't make much sense. Either Ty Simpson totally made that up, or the Rams upper management didn't tell Sean McVay, or they did tell Sean McVay, and Sean McVay still just didn't like it. But the way he acted like he didn't know. Maybe he didn't know and he just didn't like it and was hoping they would change their mind, and they didn't. But if Sean McVay didn't know, then, that's one thing. But if he did know and he put on that kind of an acting job, he should win an Oscar or a Grammy or whatever the award is called this day and time for good actors. I don't even know. But, I watch very, very, very little TV outside of sports. But I tell you what, the little that I have seen, if Sean McVay knew and was that good, acting like he didn't know, he's a better actor than about 95% of Hollywood this day in time. Any thoughts on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Hey there, Blue Gold. Here, and I don't think I recognize your name, Blue Gold. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for being here for whatever reason. Why you're here, thank you for being here. Feel free to give the video a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, tell your family all about the channel, and click that bell so you'll be notified the next time I go live here on the channel, which is about every single day. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Always be kind to dentists. They have feelings too, And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life will be over by the count of 3. Tell your